Welcome to the Excel Purpose Show with Counselor.
Today we have Myrto Mangrioti. She is the founder of Loving Living. Welcome.
Hello. I'm so grateful and happy to be here with you.
Awesome. So let's start from, where did this drive come from in terms of helping women? Obviously, I know being one probably helps, but yeah, what sort of tipped you over to, I really want to help people. This is my mission.
Well, I have been the good girl and the people pleaser all my life, perfectionist. And what happened was that this drove me to make decisions just in order to please others. And I
Give me
said yes.
Some examples of that. What did you used to do when you used to
I said yes to everything without thinking if this was something that I really wanted to do. One of the craziest things that I've done in my life was that I used to sell fresh fish to restaurants, and I used to carry them myself. And
you used to go boat fishing to actually catch
no,
them?
I just bought them from a wholesaler, but I used to go to the restaurants and do the delivery myself.
Oh, okay.
And
Wow.
it was like late nights, 4 a.m. in the morning, evenings, because it was fresh fish, so you had to
Get it there.
exactly. The sooner you got them there, the more money you got out of it. So that's just an example. But what happened is at some point, my brother asked me to help him in the family business that he was running.
Wait, I'm intrigued though. Where did the fresh fish selling? That's a very entrepreneurial type thinking. Was your family in that line of business? Where did it come from?
I have to say a boyfriend.
Oh, okay. So he was doing something similar and you thought, great idea, I'll do that.
Yeah, I said, let's do that together. And of course, I was left doing it by myself.
Yeah, he was like, oh, great. Now I have a business partner for free labor. She can just go deliver the stuff at random hours whilst I sleep.
Exactly. And I actually did that for 2 years. 2 years, but I have to tell you, it was
Did you get good money out of that? Just curiosity.
No.
Oh my God. Okay, I understand the people pleasing.
That's why I'm sharing this story, because it was hard, but it taught me a lot, that I could actually do anything in my life.
Wow.
And
yes.
I could do anything in my life. I'm not afraid of any type of work. So that was a great experience.
Well, yeah, I mean, just getting yourself out of bed to deliver things on time, that is a skill in itself, right? Like the diligence to do those things. Yeah. So what was the next thing you tried?
So the next thing, it wasn't exactly the next thing, but what led me to do the work that I do now is that by saying yes to my brother, to helping him in the business that he had started. I am a computer scientist, so just to tell you a bit, that's what I studied. I only worked on programming only the first 3 years of my career.
Why computer science? That's a very nerdy type thing, right? Whole different language. Were you just intrigued about that? What drove you to study that?
I was always really good at math.
Oh.
But I was also very interested in other things. I liked biology, I liked arts, and I was always interested in many things. And when I decided to get a bachelor in computer science, I did it because I said, oh, it has applications everywhere, so I'm going to have this as a basis, and then I can do whatever I want with it.
You saw it as there's a plenty of opportunity, which is one of the best things to do, honestly, especially nowadays. Having that as a base is amazing. Okay, so did you have a career in that?
Only for a couple of years. When I came back, I studied in London, and when I came back to Greece, I then did advertising. So when I came back to Greece, I got hired by Saatchi and Saatchi Greece, the advertising agency, but to work as a programmer in their computer department. So I was writing code for specialized in advertising.
Okay, cool. So now you've deviated pretty far from that. Or do you still do any of that work now?
No, no, but it always helps me because it's easy for me. I'm still curious about learning things that have to do with coding and all that stuff. So I'm learning about AI. I've always designed my own website. I do all that kind of. I still
Yeah, it's given
yeah
you a skill set that you can
yeah
dabble when where it
yeah.
matters. Okay, awesome. And so when did you realize this people pleasing um
Well,
it needed to change?
I'm getting there. So,
Okay.
so my brother, so my because I was a computer scientist, my brother installed a new system in his company, and it didn't go well. And he said, "Please come and help me because we need to figure things out because nothing is working properly." And what happened is that in order to be able to do that, I needed to learn how the company worked. So I started interviewing every department, and as I did that, after a point, my brother said, "Oh, but you're very good at that. Why don't you? Can you come and be in charge of?" The warehouse, and then be in charge of sales, and then be in charge. So I ended up running the company by just saying yes to him, and it was a
Yeah.
very difficult time in Greece because I don't know if you know in 20 Greece defaulted at some point, and it was the time that I was running the company, and I was stressed all the time. I was working about 15, 16 hours a day, 17 hours a day. My time was spent. I woke up at 5 a.m. I stayed in my home office till 10, and then at 10
That's
I went to
wild.
the office. I went to the office and did manage, anything that I could do until 8 p.m. And then I got back home. I just ate and slept.
Yeah,
And
yeah. You were all hands on deck, just did whatever wherever the captain wanted to sail the ship.
it was it was I was always stressed. I gained about 45 pounds
Wow.
from stress. I had skin disorders, which I didn't know where they were coming from. Of course, it was from stress. And then I started having panic attacks. My boyfriend left me because he couldn't
He
cope
didn't even
with.
see you.
Yeah, exactly. And when I started having the panic attacks, it was when I realized that I had to do something to change my life because I said the next step is, going to the hospital with something much more serious.
How old were
And
you?
yeah, I did. Yeah, that no, I didn't. But that's what I was. I realized that
No, no, how old were you at that time?
I was 49. It was
Oh, this
in
went on for a long time in your life.
Yeah, yeah, it was back in 2017. And
Oh,
so I thought at that point that my problem was money because we had problems, with the cash flow in the company. So I
uh-huh,
took John Assaraf's course. There's a course called Winning the Game of Money.
uh-huh.
And as soon as I started that, a couple of weeks later, I realized that I was unhappy in every area of my life. I was really, really depressed and unhappy. And it
Um,
was at that point that I decided I needed to change my life. So I started taking other self-development courses and learning about books, reading books. And I set a goal to shut down the company, which was the hardest decision I had to take because we had 30 employees. And
13
and I
employees.
and I could feel the burden, of what
Yeah.
this decision meant for me
Mm.
and for them, of course, for them, not for me. For
Wasn't this
me,
your brother's business though?
we ran it together. It was I decided it, and he said yes.
Did you think maybe he could hire somebody else to like,
it was I don't know. I think he had given up on the company before I did.
oh, okay, got it, got it.
So anyway, I set a goal. That's when I learned about goal setting. So I set a goal, and I said that 8 months from the time that I set a goal, I would have almost shut down the company. And I said almost because I didn't know how goal setting exactly worked, and I wasn't sure it was possible. When you set a goal, we
Did
set
you think you
goals.
just set a goal and then you left like a back door?
Yeah, exactly. But that's how you when you don't know.
Uh,
But you know what? I said that I would have shut down the company by the 31st of December of 2017, and I actually on the 5th of January of that year I closed the door behind me. I did it, and I did it exactly as I set it in the goal, and I had no idea how I was going to do it, but it worked. And then I started taking courses and becoming, and because I said, oh my God, this thing works. What if people knew about it when they went to school? And so I got certified, and that's what I want to do. I want to help people, know that they can change their lives, and that they don't have to go to the deep end where I went.
yeah, you went pretty deep.
Yeah, exactly.
You got certified in what?
I am. I've got so many certifications. So I'm Jack Canfield Success Principles Train the Trainer.
Mhm.
So I'm certified in that, which is a very methodical way of changing your life with specific steps and strategy, which is great for somebody who is very organized and wants to do that. I'm also deep transformational coach, which is very different from um, coaching as we know it, because I actually practice it with, I prefer to do it online with cameras off and eyes closed, myself included, both the client and me, because you go really deep that way in one session. And I'm also RIM Essentials Facilitator, and RIM stands for Reimagining Images in Memory, which is a technique that helps you get rid of limiting beliefs or trauma or whatever really, really fast
Mhm.
by reimagining the circumstances.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so you acquire a bunch of skills to now help women move forward.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Why do you think, um, why do you think it took so long to realize that was like the people pleasing was like, was that just like you just saw it as like your personality and you didn't see any, you just thought that is the way we are supposed to be. So what limiting belief did you remove from yourself in that process? I guess maybe that's a better question.
Um, I think that I always believed that I wasn't enough, and I was really insecure. And
Mm,
by I tried to get the worth, my self-worth, from other people. So by pleasing other people and by doing what I believed they wanted from me, then I would be liked,
yeah, yeah, you're getting the external
respected.
validation. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It was external validation. But you know what? I don't know, for some reason, I never stopped to think about it. The
Yeah, you're
only
just a high performer that was probably proud of. being able to do that work for a long duration of time, like grinding it more than other people would have given up, but not you.
No,
Yeah, there's probably
no,
a pride in that. I had some of that, not as extreme as you. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's like you want to be the person that's like doing it when everyone's given up. And there's like real, I mean, I think every strength is like a double-edged sword, right? Like
yes,
somebody like you that can focus so hard for that long duration of time, that's an asset. Like that's a real strength. So it's just where you're putting it towards, right? And
exactly.
yeah, and
Yeah,
like yeah, so the other side is just like yeah, if you do it for a cause for someone else, anybody, that's kind of like got into your proximity, and you're like, yeah, I can do that because you're proving yourself. It's like you weren't doing it for your own mission. So I'm so happy to hear that you are now working on yours. What's your North Star?
sorry, my North Star.
Yeah, like your ultimate vision.
Well, I actually want people to be more present, the world to have a world where people are present and
You know what's really funny? I asked you that question, and you said you're not a people pleaser, and you start answering the question people pleasing. It's still for somebody else.
well, this is what I want because I want it is a I have my cat. She will probably this is part of all my sessions. Sorry about that. So no, it's not about people pleasing, it's about how I believe that if we all were more conscious and we all were knew better who we are,
Mm,
and we all lived in the present moment,
mhm.
the world would be so a better place.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. I totally
so,
agree. Well,
so,
I'm
so,
just wondering, what will you get out of it? What are you doing for yourself?
um, I, I don't know. I just, I am at a point now in my life where I enjoy every day. I enjoy what I do every day, no matter what. And I'm mostly happy. I'm not saying that I don't have my bad days or the days that I doubt myself,
Mm.
but I think that for me it's the energy that I get from other people, and it's not about people pleasing anymore. It's just about raising the vibration
Yeah,
of myself and everyone around me.
yeah. I like that.
S- Yeah, so this is
Because it's
how
like
I
you are actually consciously rising your own
yes,
vibration.
exactly.
Um, and leveling up in your consciousness, whilst it is benefiting the others at the same time, because that's the contribution that you're making into the world.
Exactly. And you know what the interesting thing is that we always get signs that we are on the right track.
Mm. What signs did you get?
Well, I get them now all the time. I was when I was coming to the event that we met.
Mhm.
I was at the airport and I was sitting there, and a guy stood up and reached out to me and he said, "Well, I just wanted to tell you that I've been noticing how good you've been with other people, and I just wanted to tell you that I'm grateful you're in this world."
That's amazing.
And he left. He wasn't hitting on me,
Yeah,
because
just
maybe the first thing that comes, and he said thank you, and I said thank you, and he left.
yeah,
And
that's
I said, this is a sign.
mm, yeah, that
This
is a
is a
sign.
sign.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, like when people actually tell strangers like compliments and it's like they really want nothing but actually just to tell them. Yeah, it's a nice message that you receive from the universe.
And we do receive them all the times. We are not always we sometimes dismiss them. We
Mm.
say, oh
What kind
yeah.
of signs would people dismiss? Like that was probably a little bit more obvious. What are some subtle signs you feel like people might often miss?
Accepting compliments
Okay. Oh yeah, it's like
is
no
the
thanks.
easiest one. Is the easiest one. When somebody tells you, "Oh, you look nice today," yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, you look
Or
nice too, and they just dismiss
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You look nice too. Or you did a great job today. Yeah, yeah. Or even I love you. You know, we don't accept, most of us, and I used to do that as well. We don't accept compliments.
Mm.
We feel the need. We either feel that the other person is just saying that, or
Yeah,
we
they're
feel
just
the
being
need.
nice.
Yes, exactly. Or we need to reciprocate.
Yeah, like the need to it. It's like, oh, that's a nice dress. Oh yeah, 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 that's a nice blouse or whatever.
Yeah,
That's a good
this
handbag.
yeah, this is the most common thing. But what we should do is just say thank you, and really feel it.
Yeah, actually just receive it.
Yes, just receive it and say, "Oh, nice.
Mm.
This is great."
Yeah.
And
I
and
think
feel,
I have some of that too, actually.
yeah, and you need to consciously be aware that you're doing it. And that's what I'm saying, being in the present moment, because when you are, then you can say, "Oh, I'll keep my mouth shut right now. I'm just going to
Yeah,
accept
instead
it."
of having like the auto script loop of like the social etiquette of like, you know,
Yeah,
someone say something, you just say something back. It's like be in
yeah,
present and actually just receive it. Like break that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's I think this is one of the most common things and the easiest to that we might miss. But then, of course, there are other things, in your life. We also don't celebrate our wins.
Yeah.
We go to the next thing.
Yeah.
There, say, okay, I did that. Now what's next?
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. How should we celebrate our wins? What are some good methods?
The first thing is just stop what you're doing. Don't go to the next thing. Just stop and say, "Well, I did a great job."
Mm.
Or "I did it. I
Mm.
just did that." And depending on what, just you can spend from 1 minute, or if it's something big, do something about yourself. You know, buy something, go out and have lunch with friends and celebrate. It depends what it is.
Yeah.
But the first thing is just stop and don't go to the next thing. And it starts from very small things, like even getting things, crossing things off your to-do list. Because we do so many things every day, and we don't um, if you sit down and write down what you've done a day in your life, then you would see how many things you accomplished. But because we always have things that are left undone in our to-do list, we feel that, "Oh, I didn't do what I," but you did.
Mm.
We do so many things and we don't realize it.
Mm. Yeah.
So for me, we need to pause after everything that we accomplish and say, "Oh, I managed to do that too."
Why do you think we do that? Do we feel like we're running out of time, or it's just like we're just in motion, so we tend to do it?
I think it's because this is how we are programmed. The world runs on right now on how many things we achieve and what we do. It's based on doing and not in being. We are Everyone strives for success, and success is how much you have and how much you do.
The wrong definition of success, right?
Yeah, but that's how the world is right now, and for me, it's not about that. For me, it's about the journey. And many people say that, but it's have started saying that. But for me, this is the truth. It's not about the final destination. I said I'm writing my book and I want to publish it before the by the mid next year. But I'm enjoying the journey. It's not just, I'm enjoying writing it and sitting down every day and doing that. It's not, it's the publication date. My goal is there, and I'm rushing through everything, or I'm writing and I'm thinking, oh, when is this going to finish? Oh my God, I wish it was done. It's a, it's just sitting down with what you're doing and enjoying what you're doing right now, whatever that is.
Yeah. What got you wanted to write your book, As I Am, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's it is my it's about everything that we're talking right now. So it's so yeah, surprisingly, it is my it's a teaching memoir. So it is my story and how I went from feeling that I'm not enough and people pleasing to arriving that I'm saying that I'm enough, and not only that, that it is who I am and I can be as I am, and that's enough here in the present now. And I know so many people who also I've been to retreats which are about awakening, and presence. And you always think that people who are in this path, the spiritual path, if we call it that, that they would have solved their problems and that they would be, being zen all the time. But all of them, and me as well, we are on a journey, on a path, and it's not a straight line. So you have your bad days, you have your good days, you're present here, but maybe you're not the next moment because something triggers you. And what I'm talking about in my book, that this is okay, it's a journey. And we criticize ourselves, and we try to arrive at the standard and at the level which is, uh, we don't have to. That's what I'm saying. The only thing you can do is be present in the moment and be the best version of yourself right here, right now, as you are, and that's enough.
Mm. Mm. And if you were able to do that, do you believe that we won't get triggered by the other emotion if we were living in present?
Well, you are triggered, but if you're present, you can notice while you're being triggered. And how this helps you is that you can, um, many times react differently.
Yeah, you get a
Re-
choice to choose to react. Because there's a
React,
small window.
and maybe the first time you won't be able to do it, but the more present you are, the more peace you feel, in the background, for sure. Even if you're triggered, you can sense that peace inside you, and you're just watching yourself being triggered. And you can even sometimes you can even laugh at yourself. I do that. I notice that when I'm triggered and I say, oh, here I go again. My funniest trigger is driving. I am the most aggressive. I'm not anymore, but I still am sometimes aggressive driver.
Hmm.
And I notice myself that I'm doing it, and I know why. And I'm asking myself, but
In the Greek islands? In the Greek islands?
well, yeah, I don't know why, but I laugh at myself. You see what I mean? This is a very, a funny and not serious example, but you can use that every time. And when you do that, you just notice yourself, and then you calm down. You
Hmm.
you can you can change.
Yeah, it's kind of funny you mentioned that, like the road ragey type
Yeah,
thing. Like it's it gets like a bit funny because it's like recently I saw this news which is like in the US, and it's like
yeah.
the guy was like road raging, and like because there's guns in US, he pulls out the gun and like
No.
shoots the car.
Oh my
He
God.
shoots a car, but the car has a kid in it. And actually, yeah, the kid's gone because of it. And he was just like, I didn't know there was a kid. And it's like, that's not the, that's not like, yeah, that is horrible situation, but it's like, the problem isn't the kid or not being there or not. It's like it was your behavior of road raging and shooting at the car. That is the problem. It's like, but he was just like kind of like hung up on the thing. It's like, well, I didn't know there was a kid. How was I supposed to know there was a kid in there? It's like you're missing the mistake here. But yeah, I would say even for me before living in Sydney, I think most people here have some road rage. Like you almost have to have it to be living in the city,
Yeah.
because it's such a fast-paced city. Like if you didn't move, people you will literally get beep in like a quarter of a second kind of thing at the lights if you didn't move. So it's kind of like embedded in our culture. And I did this meditation, one of those like 10-day retreat where it's like
Hmm.
100 hours of meditation and no talking, no phone, like the whole silent thing.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. And then I didn't know what I was going to get out of that because I just wasn't someone that's very focused like you. Like I was just like the person that's like can't sit still like, a few minutes, I can't meditate, like that kind of person, right? But I like threw myself in the deep end. And then when I came out of that, interestingly, I noticed that my whole like quotation mark road rage is not there at all. And I'm not a road ragey person. Like it annoys me. Like I want to be pushy in the traffic and stuff. Like, but that was all gone. And even till now, and that was years ago when I went to it, even till now, I am so much more chill on the road. And I think to your point, it's like living in the present. It's like
Mhm.
knowing that it's okay to stop. And the meditation teacher actually said that to me. And it's kind of funny when you say it, I saw that picture again, like kind of like the mirror of it. Because I was that person that was like so rushed. I need to accomplish all these things. And then at the end of the 10 days, I was asking her, like, yeah, but aren't we here to live our full potential? Blah, blah, blah. Like, shouldn't I just like try and do as much as I can? And then she just stared at me and she's like, you can just stop everything. You know, like you were saying, like, you can just stop. It's like, what do you mean? What will stop? Like, and do nothing? It's like, well, yeah, like you can, like, just stop and appreciate the trees and whatnot. It's like, I didn't think I didn't get it for the longest time. It's like, why? This is a waste of time. Why? You know? Yeah. And it's just such a great reminder. It's like, yeah, like we are worthy, us is, whether whether we accomplish things or not. Yeah, so thank you for reminding. I think that's really important for just people being really busy,
Mhm.
all the time, like, and they don't really stop and pause about what they're doing, if that even matters to them, I think.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the whole point that we just push and push and push and yeah, I don't know if you ask people what do they enjoy and if they have time for the things they enjoy.
I think people would just dismiss that question mostly. Like they
Yeah.
don't really think about it. Like,
It,
they might just be like, oh, I'm just going to watch another Netflix or like, oh, I'll love to travel someday, right? Like, but it's like they don't
yeah.
even know the destination. It's just an idea that when I have time, I will do the things I want. But it's like, what are those things? What are those things? And then people get uncomfortable answering that because they've never really thought about it. Like, for real, right?
I am actually saying that I want to help people create a life that they don't need a vacation from.
Yeah, beautiful.
So it's how to create your life so that you enjoy every moment of it. You cannot, of course, enjoy every moment, but you can find peace and you can find a lot more things to enjoy because we don't pay attention to the small things that and we're not, it's also about gratitude. We
Mm.
say, we talk a lot about gratitude and how important it is, but it actually is and it has to do with pausing and noticing. and realizing all the beautiful things and all the good stuff that is happening in our lives every day, because you always have things. Even when you think that there's nothing there, there are things that you can say, oh, I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, and like the stark contrast would be like sometimes you see something like um like for me, like recent news, it's like the whole building went on fire and like all these people
Yes.
has
Yeah.
like, were suffocating in Hong
Yeah.
Kong. And it's like, yeah, we're just grateful that we're alive. Like something like that did not happen in the building, right? And like I think we lose it. We lose lose sight of just how lucky we are, I think, because we live in like the first world country and we're not the people that's like needing to run away because a bomb's going to happen or like a fire's going to burst or if there's people that's born without limbs and it's like we have them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Such a good reminder. When did you realize that gratefulness piece really adds a lot of peace into your life?
Well, it was about at the same time when I started my journey to transform myself, and that's when I read about gratitude. And the funny thing is that so I read, and you read almost everywhere. Write down three things that you are grateful to
Yeah,
today.
right.
Yeah, that's
And
that's
then people
that's
normally go, oh, okay, sure, and just write it in.
Yeah, so I have to tell you that at that point I was so depressed. I couldn't find anything. I actually bought a jar of gratitude. That's how I called it, and I put it at the entrance of my home.
Mm,
And the my goal was to put one thing that I was grateful that day.
hmm.
uh, as soon as I got home from work, I was still managing the company. And at the beginning, I couldn't find a thing. I couldn't, my mind couldn't,
Yeah.
couldn't. And I wrote, I'm happy and grateful, and nothing else. That's what I wrote at the beginning. And then I started, the first thing that I wrote was, I'm happy and grateful for air conditioning. Because I got
Yeah.
home and it was a very warm day,
Right.
and I said,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
so,
Because better
oh,
than like
here's,
aircon means a lot.
yeah. So I started slowly building the muscle
To see it. Yeah.
to
I
see
love
it,
that
because
because
I couldn't see it. Then I said, oh, I'm grateful for my cats. And I slowly started seeing things. And the thing is that as soon as you it might be hard, but as soon as you start doing that, then you start noticing more and more things to be grateful for. And if you cultivate that way of seeing the world, then you start feeling real gratitude, and you feel the abundance around you, because then you can see, oh, the trees, the sun, the rain today. You can find gratitude in everything, and see that how the world is so abundant.
I totally resonate with you, and I actually really appreciate you mentioning this right now because I've also been in that depressed state before. And when I picture myself back in that point, I agree with you in that state of mind. So it's like, guys, if you're listening to this, it's like, and if you're depressed, we totally, like Myrtle and I, do understand when you are in that depressed state you literally can't see it. It's because like our mind is not functioning the way it is because of whatever chemical is generating that's causing us to feel that way. And and I know like if in that state, if someone said this to me, like what I just heard you say, yeah, I can be
Mhm.
grateful about the trees and whatever, I'll be like, why do I care? Why do I care about the weather? Why do I care about the tree? Why do I care about the bird? Right? Like it will be like that, right?
Yes,
You
exactly,
probably saw that
exactly.
before. Um, so where do you feel like what benefit did you really feel in a tangible way um, that whilst you are doing this gratitude exercise, your vibration and your consciousness is probably slowly going up without you realizing, at what point did you really not just feel like, oh, abundance is coming towards me, but what tangible result actually came to you? Because I think that's really important for anyone listening to this that's in that state to actually hear it.
I think it was. I also didn't enjoy anything at that point in my
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I couldn't find if you asked me back then what makes me happy,
Be like, no, no, nothing. Life is not worth it.
nothing.
That's what I would have thought.
Exactly, nothing. And I still say it, and I feel a tightness on my chest because I cannot believe it was. The thing is, it was so hard, and I didn't even realize it. It took me a long time to realize it, and I had my friends. I had a supporting mom, a supporting stepfather, a supporting brother. It wasn't that I was on my own in the world,
Mhm.
but I felt alone.
Yeah, yeah.
I really felt that I was by myself
Mhm.
with nothing
Yeah.
to to to
Like
live.
nothing worth living for type thing. Yeah.
Exactly. I was never suicidal, of course, I have to say that, but I couldn't find anything to be. So when I started pushing myself to find things to be grateful for, I did another exercise as well. As I was showering every morning, I tried to find one thing to look forward in my day. One thing.
Just one thing, yeah.
And what I at the beginning, what I looked forward to was coming back home and eating.
Yeah.
But it was, it was one thing that's the only thing that
Yeah, it's like the smallest step you can do
yeah,
sometimes. Yeah.
yeah. But as I started practicing, pushing myself to feel more grateful, I think that the first thing that when I realized it was the first time I enjoyed doing something. And what I did was I went to a nice restaurant that I liked the food and had dinner by myself.
Oh, took yourself
After
on a date.
I took myself on a date on I still had the company. It was the last month of doing the last steps to shut it down, and I had never gone out. I was one of the people who hated being by myself on a restaurant, even having coffee, even at the hotel, and not never nowhere.
Yeah.
And I decided I was with one of my employees who was my most trusted one. Late, it was 8 p.m. and I said, oh my God, I wish I could go have dinner there. It's one of my favorite restaurants,
Mm.
a good one. And he said, you should go. And I was thinking, oh, how am I going to do that? What if I see some people who know me, and what are they going to think about me eating by myself? And I
Yeah.
said, okay, I'm going to do it. So I went there and I sat and I ordered my best, the best things that I enjoy eating there. I used to take clients there. And as soon as I finished, they said, this is on the house.
Wow.
Because I was a regular, I mean by going once a month, not a regular like every
Oh,
week. But they just said it's on the house, and they even packed for me the leftovers to take home. And it was the first time that I said, "Oh my God, thank you.
I'm
Look at
grateful.
me. I'm grateful." And this is again a sign from the universe again.
Yeah, like you truly feel grateful because that's totally outside of your norm. You didn't expect them to pay for you. Like that's a pattern interrupt. It's like I'm grateful. Like wow, thank you.
And it was like five
That's
months
beautiful. I love that.
4 months or 5 months since I started practicing and doing, but it was the first time that I actually could see it,
How did you take that? What meaning did you give that?
that I was doing, first of all, that I was doing something right. and it 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 really brought me joy, and I could start seeing that I was getting out of this. I could see the light at the end of the tunnel.
And what meaning did you create of the reason of why the restaurant treated you?
I actually no, I actually thought that I was attracting that.
Yeah, you felt like you attracted that because you went there like quite a few times with your clients and stuff, and they
And,
recognized you. You felt seen. Is that
and,
right?
and no, it's that, but it's I felt like my it was my energy, and
Nice.
I was really trying. I was really shifting.
You were working on that. You were
I
conscious.
was I was
Really working.
consciously, yeah, and it was first of all I did something outside of my comfort zone,
Yes, of
totally
course.
outside
That's
of my
very
comfort
brave,
zone.
right? Like, yeah, yeah,
So,
showing up to
so,
restaurant. Yeah.
so it felt like a confirmation, and oh, you see, when you do that,
You do it,
then
you get rewarded for what the
exactly,
look. Nice.
exactly,
I love that.
exactly.
That's super
But,
awesome.
and this happens all the time, and this is what I want to tell everyone who is listening. When you do that, you will get the signs. You will definitely get the signs.
I agree with you. I love this. Yes. I think that the path that we don't know that we're on, like, I don't believe like everyone is, I'm so clear about my purpose and my mission, right? It's like we have a direction that we are pulled towards, and we don't know the path because we literally don't know what's the future holds.
Mhm.
And you're right. When you say that, I definitely resonate that the universe somehow rewards you for taking a step that feels kind of scary, that is outside of your comfort zone, but it feels like the right step. And when you do that step, something will open, but it's not that you're stepping into that expecting that something will open, even though you kind of like go towards it, like you know it's the right track, but it's not like you have this like, oh, I'm going to receive something because I'm doing this, because it's scary, right? Like it's like, oh, okay, I think this is a, but then it rewards you in a way that you don't expect. Then you get this rewarded sign of, oh, yes, that was the right step. That's a confirmation stamp from the universe. Yeah, that's kind of
Exactly.
how I've been feeling too. Yeah.
Yeah, you expressed it perfectly, because this is exactly how. Yeah, I didn't expect to get a free dinner.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so you never know what you're going to receive, and you have to be open.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's like it's not like, oh, we walk in going, oh, well, if I walk in by myself, ooh, what can I gain from this? Oh, the restaurant's gonna treat me. Like it's like that's the thought is not there, right? Just to be
Yeah.
clear, that thought is never there. It's not like we're attracting that, but it's like you just know you're attracting something positive by moving towards it. You know what I also really love, Myrtle, when you say that, and the reason I asked you about the meaning is if you were still the depressed person, like if your energy level did not move up, like did not vibrate higher, um, that person would have gone to the restaurant, got the free meal, and go, yes, because the restaurant pity me. Because I'm by myself, and that's why they thought they would treat. Like that's a
Yeah.
very possible meaning for someone in a low vibration,
Oh,
and
yeah, you're
it's
right.
exact right. It's
I
exactly
never thought of that, though. I
you
didn't.
never
It didn't
thought
even cross
because
my mind.
right, because you were already at a different vibration. Yeah, so that's why I asked you because I just wanted to confirm. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
super cool. I love it.
yeah,
It really
yeah.
verifies. It's like that's the journey. Like for people that isn't seeing, it's like yeah, when you're low vibration, it'll be the exact same scenario, but your meaning of what you get out of it
Exactly.
completely different, and
I,
the
I,
world actually in reality will be different. It's like because you some of it you go, well, is it in your imagination? It's like, well, the story you tell yourself will literally change because this is a perfect scenario, right? Because if we took the pity things, like we would just never reward ourselves again. We wouldn't take the step because it's like, oh, people always pity, right? And
yeah,
and but because like operating at a different level, it's like, oh, I attracted this. This is the right step for confirmation, and then you do more and you more, and in reality. your life actually changed for the better.
Exactly, exactly. And I love that you're saying that, because you're saying that it is what we tell ourselves about the things that are happening in our lives and the meaning we give to them. And so many times we give we think of the negative thing instead of the positive.
It's a choice. And we
Yeah,
don't realize it's a choice.
yeah,
Yeah.
we see the glass half empty instead of overloading, not even half full, but it's going there.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we need to be aware of that, to catch ourselves when we do that.
Love this. Thank you so much for this conversation. I think people's going to really enjoy this. If people want to find you, Myrtle, what's the best place to look out for you to contact you?
Well, my Instagram account,
Your
which
Instagram?
I'm very active on my Instagram. I
What's your
share.
Instagram
It's
tag?
Myrto Mangrioti. It's just my name and
Last name?
surname.
Your
And
name is
and also my website, which is the same thing.
okay.
But my Instagram, I am active every day. I share parts of my book. I share tips every day.
Amazing. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I had a great time. Time flew. I have no idea
Yeah.
that it's almost an hour. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It was so great talking to you. I had
Yeah.
a great time. Thank
I
you.
really enjoyed it too. Thank you.
Excel in life, live your purpose, be free.